I'm sure that many of you are familiar with the superhero Spider-Man and his ability to release webs and catch villains. What many of you may not be familiar with is that there's actually cells in our body that act in much the same way. However, instead of protecting the streets of New York, these cells protect our mucosal surfaces, such as sites like the lung. The microscopic superheroes that I'm referring to are neutrophils. They're the most abundant white blood cells in the body and the first cells to respond to sites of infection and inflammation. At mucosal surfaces, bacteria and viruses attempt to invade our bodies and cause infection. However, even without the involvement of a radioactive spider bite, neutrophils have developed a variety of different functions that allow them to effectively combat infection. Most recently, scientists have discovered that neutrophils are capable of undergoing a unique form of cell death called mitosis. During mitosis, neutrophils burst and release all of their DNA outside of the cell. The DNA is then coated with materials that are toxic to bacteria and viruses. Bacteria classically are trapped in these cells, in these structures, termed neutrophil extracellular traps, or nets. But more recently, viruses have also been shown to be able to be trapped in the net. It is thought that this occurs with the virus being trapped the same way that a fly is trapped in a spider web. Now, most superheroes have a tool or a gadget that kind of enhances their superpower, and neutrophils are no exception. Spider-Man may have his web shooters, but neutrophils have antibodies. We have observed that if you coat a virus with an antibody, you can actually increase the amount of mitosis that is seen. And an antibody is really just a Y-shaped protein that is found in the body's natural defense mechanisms to infection. The forked portion of the antibody binds to the foreign invader, like the virus, while the straight portion of the antibody can interact with the neutrophil. This can signal to the cell that a virus is present and a net needs to be released. Now, in my research, I've observed that the virus that causes the flu is actually capable of being trapped in the net. You can see here on an image that I've taken with a microscope in the lab, with the net shown in red, and the many different viruses trapped shown in green. So moving forward, we really want to be able to show that these nets not only capture the virus, but also kill it. So what do we know? We know that nets and viruses actually interact, but we need to know a little bit more. And this can help us to design better vaccines and drugs against infection. So with all of this in mind, perhaps it is time that we start thinking of neutrophils more like Spider-Man, releasing webs and protecting us from danger. Thank you.